yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. This evening's scene brings us back to the local BDSM club, Insomnia, where kindred are gathering as it is, once again, kindred only night. A place they know is safe to talk about anything and everything related to kindred society. Really, dude? Come on. Hush. So I will do intros from my left to right. First up is Sam.
Sam will probably be hanging around the Insomnia Club, just trying to get a little more information. He'll probably actually be more along the lines of the outside. He's volunteered to kind of take up some watch duty, making sure that, nothing else happens at one of our clubs. And tonight he just happens to be watching Insomnia. And for anyone that's on the outside, uh, probably only those with Auspex will see him. He'll probably be standing on the roof, obfuscated, just looking around. Although he will not be in the club directly.
Okay, up next is Arjun, who will probably arrive with Katya.
Yeah, if Katya's here, he'll come with
Mm-hmm.
Katya.
He'll arrive with this woman. And because she looks very different now, Sam would have to roll a perception alertness check to recognize her, if he wishes to do so.
I shall roll.
Okay.
Sorry, 2 hits.
2 hits. She looks familiar. You can't quite place her.
Sam will kind of narrow his eyes, but he won't do much more. He's like said he'd watch the place tonight, so he's helping out. He will use Auspex 2. And I'll go ahead and roll my perception empathy here.
Okay, roll your perception empathy, difficulty 8, modified by your Auspex level.
Right, so that'll be Auspex -3, so 765. And I'm specialized in this.
I don't allow specialties to apply on disciplines.
You got it.
For
4
successes,
hits.
you see everything. At the moment, Katya is calm. Let's see. I gotta bring up fucking colors. God damn it. Why do you do this to me?
Because Auspex.
Hate the fucking colors.
Because Auspex.
I hate the fucking colors.
I mean, heck, I've got the colors up. You don't need to bring up the colors. Just tell me what I see.
Let's see. Light blue, lavender, probably some deep red.
Okay. So either passion or anger, some calm and devotion.
No,
and
lustful.
Some lustful. Alright.
Lustful is deep red.
What does he see in Arjun?
Not much different. Probably light blue, deep red. Looking at other stuff, best. Yeah, no, that seems about it.
Alrighty.
And pale colors because vampire.
There may be some bats flying around in the night, but that's about it.
Probably a little bit of vermilion.
Okay. And up next we have our new pair, who I assume arrive as a pair.
Yeah, we definitely would.
Okay.
I'm not letting her leave anywhere we're going to new places vampires without me.
We are walking arm in arm, and Valerie is just looking around, letting her eyes linger on anyone a bit more pretty than just the usual crowd.
There are several people who fit that description when you come in.
She's pleased.
There is not only Arjun, but Katya, and then there's this woman. Who constantly has awe activated. So,
So eyes dart directly to her.
yep. The second you come into the room, eyes are drawn to her.
Booty time.
No, you're fine. Hush.
But yes, when they get to Adelaide, Arjun will bow to her and kiss her hand. Adelaide, boy, it is good to see you again, it is good to see you again, Primogen.
No. The hero of Orlando has no need to bow to me. You struck the killing blow on a red lister.
I
Did
did.
you hear that?
How have you been?
Yes, you probably hear it. The music is a soft piano music tonight, as she usually does for Kindred Night.
Alright.
But yeah, I'll smile. Yes. He had stepped too far, and as he looks to Katya. But how have you been?
She leans up and kisses him on the cheek.
He'll smile. But how have you been holding up, Adelaide?
Knowing that he's dead, better. It won't bring Callum back, but it gives me some measure of peace.
I'm glad I could help then.
Trying to mute as much as possible because baby's being quite loud today.
It's all good.
I've accepted that I'll never get, a quiet scene. So.
The sooner you
Not if you have the baby with you.
Valerie squeezes Victor's arm as soon as she hears the hero of Orlando, and looks up to him to wordlessly ask if he heard that too.
He nods, not very obviously, but just a little nod, like he heard.
What is this? I don't recognize these faces.
If they look to us, Valerie will almost drag Victor into that direction, obviously going for this very pretty Adelaide person.
Victor will give a short yank of the leash he's currently holding, behind his, in his pocket, with the hand not around you, just you don't need to run. We can walk.
Yeah, now you'd notice when you're actively looking at them that she is wearing a collar, and on the back of it there is a chain that goes down a bit behind her, almost covered by all of her hair and her hat and everything. And then it goes to Victor's other hand, who she is not the one she's not currently holding against her. And as she approaches, she smiles.
She
quite
extends
behind very black lips.
She extends a gloved hand. Adelaide Dubois, elder and primogen of Clan Toreador.
An absolute pleasure to meet you. And Valerie takes her hand. I am Valerie Chorn. And this is Victor.
Hi, I'm Victor.
She will extend her hand to him as well.
He'll take it and like he just debates like shaking it, but this is a Toreador. Probably won't like having a firm handshake. So just like
her handshake is quite firm, by the way.
If that's firm, he'll be firm back, but he won't like try to crush your hand or anything.
Good luck.
Pretty sure she can crush yours.
Fortitude and Potence 4.
Ouch.
She's a 600-plus-year-old elder. She is no slouch.
Oh, nice.
I'm very nice. This is my nice face.
You are so noisy. Why? Clearly he wants a cookie. Is Sam going to actually enter the club?
Yes. Yes, Sam will enter in guise, of course. And he will go around and introduce. He'll give a little nod to Adelaide. He'll kind of check the area a little bit more, but then eventually, after nothing is obviously seen, that nothing's here, he'll go and start enjoying himself. But he'll eventually come and sit down close to where the group is.
Now that you are closer, I will go ahead and let you make another roll for
Okay.
recognizing Katya.
Dokie. Alright. Probably gonna need to make 2 rolls here.
Keep in mind, difficulty is modified by your aspects level.
Oh, okay. And for this one, is this a standard diff 6 or is this start diff 8?
Diff 8.
Okay. Yeah, no. He's too busy focusing on other things right now.
Wow, that was a botch.
Yeah, I know. He just gets distracted by.
No, not a botch. You have 2 successes there, so it's not a botch.
Yeah, he's gonna try and focus on Katya, but then someone dropped a glass in the background. He's like, oh, what's that? Well, that was a waste of a good glass. Sam will go and pick it up. Start sweeping it up. I swear, fine glasses.
You guys are killing me in Vampire General. Stop that.
Fine glass is so hard to find, Adelaide.
Easily replaceable.
And he goes and sweeps it into a bin and whatnot. He will then go over to kind of near where the music is being played, and he'll after a scene or two has been stopped, he'll talk to the person playing, and then
it looks like there's no one playing.
Oh, there's no one. It's one of the. Oh, I see.
It looks like there's no one playing.
Okay, so he'll look up with 4 successes on aspects. I imagine.
No, because at her obfuscate level, she's not currently visible to anyone except maybe Adelaide at her level of aspects.
All right, you got it. So he'll look up, he'll look at the piano, and he'll start to figure it out. He's like, oh, okay. He'll go back to the front chair and place where he can put his back against the wall and just watch everything.
friend.
Hmm?
Valkyrie speaks up next, Adelaide, once Sam has left again. And she just watches him leave and walk around.
Brother knew Nosferatu to the city. Called in by one of our gangrel, I believe.
Yes, he seems to be.
Aspects 1 increased senses hearing.
Okay. It's pretty easy to hear. The piano music is fairly soft.
Sam will kind
We
of
have
give
a
a little
very
purr.
diverse group here. It's nice.
Indeed. Arjun, introduce yourself, dear. You too, Katya.
He'll show courtesy. I am Arjun Malik of Clan Ravnos, second charter to Doshita.
I will let you roll intelligence and kindred lore to know who that is, and I will show. Okay. Basically, do you see how Brandon did his roll in the dice roller?
Yeah.
Slash roll whatever that 6 and or 5, the amount of d10s is your dice pool, greater than or equal to 6F1. Oh, yeah, you know who it is.
No, that was my self-control roll. So you see Sam, for anyone
He
who's
would
paying
not know
attention.
Katya as Katya.
No, not as Katya, but this is a self-control roll because there's a memory that's coming back from him in this scene. So he stands up for a moment, and for anyone who's looking at him, he's over by the bar, and for anyone who's got a decent perception can go ahead and roll for it. But he's gritting his teeth, and he is not happy about something.
I've got a pretty decent perception, I think.
Yeah, so first I need to
I mean, I've got 4 dice.
Yep.
roll him in.
Kindred and or vampire lore. Whatever I put on your sheet, I don't remember. I think I've started just putting, kindred / vampire because
Are we both doing that, or?
all of you can. Anyone who heard Arjun's introduction.
Or
So both of you heard it.
1.
That's
What is that?
6d10.
5 F1.
Difficulty is 6. So 6F1. Oh yeah, you definitely know who it is. You also definitely know who it is. Okay. I will let Nelson explain a little bit about his sire.
Doshita is, although she's a prince, she's a, what's the word? She's not part of any of the sects. She's a independent prince that runs her city. That it's kind of like she's she is a prince and people have to respect her, but she's not like a communal city where she has order and everything. Like people are free to do as they want as long as they don't run errand and just do shit that spells out that they're vampires and shit. As long as they keep safe, yeah, she's fine with it.
Kind of like a
And
baron, then.
she's a bit like a baron. And that, and she's a elder that's known to be powerful, and that took the city, which I keep forgetting the city I put her as. Glasgow. She's the Prince of Glasgow, and took the city around 100 years ago now, and has been running since with Arjun as
Given that
her
you
sire.
got,
As child.
given that you each got 3 successes, you would know pretty much all of that.
Awesome.
So because this is a BDSM club, Arjun isn't wearing much. He's probably got no shirt and leather pants, and that's about it. Like leather boots.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, you've seen what Katya wears in here, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, Victor's
Kasha
probably
isn't
wearing
wearing
the
much.
exact same thing as you are, just a lot more well worn.
But yes, and I got 2 9s, so unless it's difficulty like 10 to see Sam being like angry.
No, it wouldn't be that high. And
So,
just
yeah,
for
so-
reference, Katya's outfit for tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, if she's wearing that, I'll say it's red leather pants, just to go with the red dress.
Oh, that's definitely
Of
not the wearing the
course.
same thing.
Like, if you don't know, Arjun's eyes, he doesn't say anything, but his eyes just go to Sam, look at him, and like, I see you, kind of thing.
You hear
This
the
is-
bench of the piano push back. And heels clicking on the floor. Because she's letting the sound be heard. And this woman appears behind Sam. And she kind of places a hand on his shoulder.
He flinches for a moment, and then he sees who it is, and he stops flinching. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Just an episode. Sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. It was more a concern than anything else that drew me over here.
Thank you, Eve. Just your very presence helps.
She smiles a little bit. And heads back over to the piano and starts playing again.
Kind of calms down a little bit. Looks over at Arjun, just gives a little bit of a thumbs up, but clearly disturbed by something.
Would we have seen this go down?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to, like, as this is happening, to to start up aura perception to see.
Okay, go ahead and roll me perception empathy modified by your aspects level.
In other words, it starts at difficulty 8, subtracted by your aspects.
Yep, subtract your aspects level from 8, and that will be your difficulty. That will go where the 6 F1 normally is. It will be whatever that difficulty is.
I have no empathy.
Oh dear, this is not going to go well then.
Straight perception, let me guess, diff 7? Diff 6? Because what's your aspects level?
My aspects level is 4, I believe. Yeah,
oh,
4.
4.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's 4.
Yeah, difficulty 4.
I've only got 3 die.
Like I said, if you botch on an aspects roll, you see Satan's asshole.
You are not the vampire ST, don't make me smack you.
I got 2
Man,
successes.
2 successes. Okay, you can tell the most basic emotion of whatever anyone is feeling. So, Sam.
Sam is feeling at this moment, relief, but there's very faint traces of
Mm-mm.
pain.
Primary emotion.
Just primary, then it
Just
would be
primary
relaxation.
emotion. Two
It
is
would be just
two is
relaxation then.
literally just the primary emotion. Arjun?
Yeah, with the dress that Katja is wearing, it will be deep red.
Okay. Adelaide's is at this point. mm, it's probably still quite silver, so sad.
Alright.
Katya's is primarily deep red, and Eve's is let's see, lavender, conservative.
And you wouldn't need this to know that Valerie is very excited.
That if it's not anger, it's probably excitement most of the time from her. He's pretty used to it.
She looks surprisingly calm because you know her. She's standing in one spot. So
To be fair, I've got the chain in my hand. You can't go far.
Is Valerie a closet closet brewer?
wouldn't you like to know?
Victor takes note of like most of the the emotions is pretty like understandable, but he's a bit bit confused about the sadness. He's like, but he's guessing it's probably probably something he has no knowledge of in the first place. It's just kind of letting it go.
Depending on how long they've been in the city, they may know that there was a issue with a red lister recently.
Yeah, but they also don't tend to like go out about in the social scene that much.
So
At least not yet.
Adelaide
I don't know.
kind of
They kinda
looks
been
over.
keeping to yourself.
You introduced yourselves, but you failed to mention your clan.
Well, our clients usually raise an eyebrow. Nevertheless,
And
I
I'm
am Simichi.
Anti-tribu, I hope.
Of course.
Good. You're welcome here.
Oh,
I see.
I wasn't aware that was a usual thing amongst them.
You must be quite young, aren't you?
Hello?
A practical baby.
I think I cut out for a bit. Didn't hear
Yeah,
any of
Simi
that.
was very young.
Yeah, she said you must be quite young.
Mm. You could say that.
Hearing that he is Zenitsu, it kind of piques Katya's interest.
Yeah, Arjun smiles when he hears Shimichi.
He's just raised an eyebrow at Valerie's reaction.
Could you undo something that another of your clan, or well, someone who knew your clan discipline did?
It's quite possible. I don't see why not.
She kind of motions to her hair.
He like licks
This used to be quite blonde.
Valerie's entire demeanor suddenly turns a bit more bratty. And she has like a slight frown. She doesn't say anything and she doesn't outwardly do anything besides just holding Victor a little tighter. That's it.
I would be willing to pay quite handsomely if you could fix it for me.
That could be arranged, definitely. It's a minor change. Nothing that's...
Would you prefer fiscal rewards or a boon?
I think, as new to this scene as we are, a boon would be most prudent.
Valerie
She
leans
nods
closer to Victor and
and
looks up.
extends a perfectly manicured hand.
He takes it.
Katya von Essen, Primogen and regent of Clan Tremere.
Just the hair, darling.
She also looks down at her finger. Could you
I'll
also
take the
fix
hand.
this? There is a small snake tattoo on her finger.
I do specialize in tattoo removal.
Valerie
Good.
smiles widely.
They just look at him and he's covered from literally below his ears all the way down that you can see.
Valerie.
He's
Had it been my choice, I would gladly keep it, but it wasn't. It should be noted she has quite a thick German accent. I cannot do it to save my fucking life, so I'm not going to offend anybody by attempting it.
You say she has a German accent?
Yes, she has a very thick German accent. She just woke up from Topor, like 6 months ago.
Sam will say in German. Quite an accent. Where were you born?
She'll respond back in kind. I was born in Berlin.
Ah. I take it you were in the thickest of the, what is it, the second war the humans had with themselves?
Indeed.
Yeah, nasty business.
Valerie butts in, also in German. Second World War. Yes, with the humans. I hear Berlin is quite beautiful this time of year. Though, from when I've been there, it's always been very beautiful.
Indeed, it is a lovely city.
Victor just looks vaguely confused.
She'll switch back to English at that point. Though admittedly, when I was born there, it was a much different time.
Though never quite as beautiful.
You cut out, dear.
I think her internet is going weird.
Well, at least the storm over me is ended, but that doesn't mean it has on her end. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Internet.
There she went. I figured that was about to happen. Luckily, I don't have to keep adding her to the stream when she pops in and out.
Yeah. That'd have been annoying. I say the storm's ended as it starts up again. Great. Fucking lightning, man.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Did you hear any of what I said, or did I just cut out?
No, you cut out entirely at about
2 words in the
Yeah.
sentence.
Valerie butts into the conversation if it's still going. Also in German.
That part we
We
got.
heard
It
that
was
part.
the next part.
I believe you may be referring to the.
Indeed, he is. My clan was heavily involved on, well,
Beautiful. I visited but a few years ago, though never quite as beautiful.
aren't you sweet?
Oh my god.
Sam kind of raises an eyebrow at that.
He just like slightly shakes his head, just closing his eyes for a second. Deliberately closing his eyes, I should say.
But yes, had the tattoo been my choice, I would gladly keep it, but certain entities placed it there against my will, so.
We
It can
need
be
more.
removed. Most things skin deep can.
Arjun kind of
If you ever do
takes
decide that you're in the market for a tattoo with more your personality,
I'll take that under consideration.
Victor will like reach into his very tight leather pants pocket, just pull out a fucking like a business card, just flip it over to her.
Surprised you had room in those. She'll take the card.
There's
She has
room
a
more.
small handbag that she carries when she's wearing, a dress that doesn't have pockets because so few dresses have pockets. More dresses need pockets.
The card is lightly bent from just being in his pocket, so it's probably been there for a while. But
Yeah, she kind of
Oh, damn it.
sets it in her little handbag and
come by the shop and we'll take care of things for you.
thank you.
I'll definitely come
Really?
by and check it out.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
We're
Once
open
it's
day and
done.
night.
Once it's done, I will talk to Adelaide's Childer and have him record the boon in the Harpy's ledger.
All right. It's not quite sure what to say to that. Good to know.
And don't worry about it. You'll get used to things soon enough. Good job, though. I mean, first night in Insomnia, and you've already got yourself the boon if the job goes well. Well done. Of
Thank you.
course. By the way, sorry I didn't introduce myself. Sam Baragon. You ever
Ah.
need to know things about the city, you just come to me. Or my head Primo or some of us. We have our ears to the ground, if you know what I mean.
Katya squeezes Arjun's hand at the mention of Sam's name.
Yeah. I'll grab her hand and looks to her.
If
And
you'll
looks to
excuse
upstairs
me,
like, do you want to talk?
I believe we're going to make use of one of the private rooms.
And he
Don't let
continues
me
to talk
stop
to
you.
Oh,
He'll keep talking to Victor, and he'll look at Victor and he'll say, "Yeah, not much for one for tattoos, but I'm always great for the art." And he kind of rolls up his sleeve as the other two leave, and he shows the only tattoo that he has, which was the serial number that was branded onto him during the concentration camp.
Ah, we can, if you wish, get rid of that too.
No, it's part of who I am. It reminds me that I always view things in a much lighter sense, that the world is beautiful and amazing, but I need to be reminded that the world is also dark and full of terror. So I keep this around.
Understandable. We all have our little reminders. And he looks at Valerie shortly.
And you two were here during the incursion, and you lasted quite a while. I have to say, I'm rather impressed.
We know how I've learned throughout my life to keep away from the spotlight.
Well, it's pretty good. Less time you spend in the spotlight, less time people see you.
Less time people spent hunting you.
Exactly. See, you know what you do. You'll do fine.
I wouldn't be alive if I didn't.
Say, by the way, um, I know this is kind of odd. I don't know how in the loop you are, but if you ever want to show off some of your artwork, there's this competition going on pretty soon. It's got a variety of things. There's physical competing, mental competing, social artwork. We're just having this kind of big gathering. Pretty much anyone and everyone is invited, and pretty decent rewards going on. So, hey, even if you don't win, great place to show off your stuff.
He looks down at Valerie. And
Valerie's face beams, and she looks incredibly excited as he talks, and then she frowns.
Sam tilts his head almost like a dog or cat at her.
Tell me what you're thinking.
That would. I can't say that it's not exciting, and oh, could you imagine getting to work on like a really big project and then getting it out there and letting people see it? Oh, that would be so amazing. But it's kind of against the entire stay out of sight, out of mind.
While we do have a reputation, it's more with the mortals than with the kindred society. And
what if we did this per se? He said, what if we did this per se? If you are worried about showing up, you could have simply your work presented, and only your names would be divided amongst us kindred, and the other kindred would be able to see it.
If you need a canvas, I'm perfectly willing.
Is this who was that?
That was Eve.
That was Eve.
All right.
Which
Valerie's jaw drops.
Which you would actually, when her full name is mentioned, Eve Wright, you recognize that name. She is one of the top fashion designers in the world.
Victor's eyebrow just goes up like,
Victor can feel nails sticking into his arm as Valerie is trying to keep herself from freaking out.
Because Fame 5.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Although Eve, this competition would probably not mean much since you're already at the top.
But yes, if you need a canvas for your work, I'm glad to help.
Have we tried tattooing other kindred before? Because there was an interesting discussion the other day where like, do the tattoos disappear again the next day?
They do, but there is a Tremere ritual that allows them to remain permanent.
I thought we were talking about that with Vicissitude. I would say would be able to make them permanent as well.
Quite possibly, because all it mentions, like, vicissitude is pretty intensive. You could probably make tattoos permanent with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, if I can change out your skin for somebody else's skin, I can probably make the two permanent.
Exactly.
Sam's like when Sam hears that Eve is getting tattoos, he kind of like, I don't want to say pants, but he kind of steps back a moment and gives a little bow, like he's like he's not trying to be rude to Eve because he respects Eve a lot, so he's backing up a little bit and trying not to drool. Let's say.
It wouldn't be my first time. She kind of holds up her hands, and those little tattoos she has on her hands are on both of them.
How well
Sam will,
made do they look?
They are top quality.
Alright.
Though it's clear that it's more of a very traditional style, like the, stick and
Yeah, stick and
ink.
poke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He
Because those
tilts,
tattoos are quite old.
yeah, he tilts his head to his side. A counter offer. I will tattoo you if that is, and you can show off to this gathering. But we remain anonymous.
Of course.
Give the name of our shop, Ancilla Inc.
Kind of raises a brow.
It has several meanings beyond the kindred, and I do enjoy puns.
Well, I suppose I should give a full introduction, shouldn't I? Eve Wright, elder of Clan Malkavian.
Charmed. I'm Victor Gunnison, Ancilla of the Samishi clan. Anti-tribute, of course.
Once upon a time,
Melody, joining. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Hi.
always a pleasure to meet a
Just see
fan.
Victor hang his head for a few seconds as he starts rapping. Just, alright, this is what we're doing now.
Mhm.
Once upon a time, the anti-tribute didn't exist.
Some discuss that anti-tribute from Samishi still don't.
I myself had many friends among your clan once upon a time. Many of them are now dead, but
Yes, we're not known for our longevity. I'm just sitting here throwing around things. If any of that gets caught on camera, I'm sorry.
Miss Eve.
yes, dear.
Hi. Sorry. I was wondering if perhaps maybe, and she's like twiddling a lock of her hair between her fingers in one of her hands, and she's just trying to keep eye contact with her. Um, I've been collecting books, and you said you were, well, the elder of the Malkavians, right?
Yes.
I don't have a lot of books on those, so I don't know a lot. And being the useful kindred that I am, I don't know a lot. What um
We're sometimes called seers. Others call us mad. I prefer the children of Malkov.
Valerie whispers under her breath, madly beautiful when she says mad. Mm.
The clan is enlightened in a way that none other clans are. Some to
Well, yes, and
to
I've read
other
some,
degrees than others.
but there must be more. There must be more to it. Would you know where I would be able to get my hands on more knowledge?
I would gladly tutor you.
I yeah, if you wouldn't mind, absolutely, yes. Oh.
I'll do that as payment for the
Victor, you
tattoos
feel
that you
the
do.
needles in your arm again.
That seems more than fair. For payment of do you wish them? I should ask now. Do you wish for them to be permanent?
Of course.
That is all I want to know. I do not like when my art doesn't stay. Unless, of course.
It's rather useful for practice, really, but Victor doesn't like them not staying.
If you want my art, you should not want it
Proud of his
for
work
a
as he
while.
should be.
You see him like looking very taken, just the possibility of someone not wanting his art permanently, or if they've already chosen to have his art. Yes, I'm sure we can find time in our nights, depending on what art you want. Of course, I might have to refer you to some of our apprentices.
I can either come to you or I can.
Oh, I could do it.
You could also do it. You are one of my apprentices.
That's not the hand over.
I can either come to you or I can bring you to my home. Whatever you choose.
You're more than welcome in the shop.
The proper equipment and setup is somewhat important for this delicate line of work.
Of course, if you choose to.
Is Sam still here?
Yeah, I think Sam is still here.
Oh yeah, Sam's still there. So my didn't bother anyone.
Yeah, I don't know if that was
Mr.
for
Sam?
everyone, but you went all robot.
Yeah, he did.
Yes. Go on.
I was
Yes.
She is now looking between Sam and Victor and Sam and Victor and Sam and Victor and Sam.
Sam kind of.
You spoke about out of the spotlight,
Yes.
and I've read that as an Nosferatu, you kind of have a step up at that.
Yes.
You know you don't have to be in mask here, right?
Sam will sigh. He says, "Sorry, choice of habit," and he snaps his fingers, and Mask of 1,000 Faces drops. And when you see Sam drop, if you look up at the overlay, when he's in disguise, he takes on the form of a guy over to the right. But when he drops his guise, he is in full guise, Nosferatu face with the hat and the duster and everything, and his eyes do glow a very faint, bright blue. And you feel a cold breeze kind of just go through everything.
Valerie watches amazed, and she even inches just a centimeter closer as this happens.
Ah, obfuscate. It is a lovely talent, isn't it?
A very useful one. What a
Aw.
One of the first gifts that he discovered.
If
You
you
know
want
what?
to ask Valerie, I will not stop you.
Didn't quite catch that. What?
I can try again if I cut out.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
If you want to ask Valerie, I will not stop you. But do know that most things have a price, especially in our community.
Because none of you have high enough aspects to break her obfuscate, she is going to disappear right before your eyes. And she will reappear and clear her throat behind you.
Valerie jumps.
Victor just like stiffen, like his body language just like stiffens up, like tenses. I was like,
He's not the only one skilled in that art.
Indeed. Not to mention, I can do, and as I believe Eve can as well, I do not know her level of obfuscate. And Sam will go ahead and use Cloak of Shadows. And everyone becomes obfuscated that does not wish to resist.
she doesn't resist.
I will be right back. I have to run to the bathroom real quick.
Mhm.
RP amongst yourselves.
Or we
As
could take a
the-
bathroom break because I also need to pee.
Everyone obfuscates and goes pee.
We can totally take a bathroom break. That is totally good.
Everybody
Go
up
ahead.
takes a
break.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. So am I.
Hey.
We all Cloak of Shadow.
We're all invisible, but we're back.
As you notice, Sam's getup is just really like he almost looks like he belongs in a western with that duster, but it's like pretty much the overlay I got up is literally what you see. And even obfuscated
Valerie
the
digs the cowboy look.
yeah, even obfuscated as the dimming kind of occurs, you can still see his eyes just glowing.
Victor, I think Victor looks slightly surprised when he sees the outfit because from what he's seen, usually the Nosferatu aren't the ones to cover up their their faces, etc.
You also notice on his hip he's got a giant 50 caliber Tornado 6 revolver.
He definitely eyes that for a second. Like, okay, he's going. Great, continue like nothing's happened.
He will cloak of shadows until the ST comes back.
Yes.
But yeah, you enter the office gate and he literally cloaks everyone in office gate. So now everyone here is technically obfuscated, and you see kind of the shadowy kind of haze of obfuscation emerge, and you realize that yeah, you've just been obfuscated.
This would certainly have been useful earlier in my life.
To be fair, it is a really good power. I mean, most of our kind has looked down upon it, but it is one of our greatest assets.
And I'm also back now.
Hey.
Yep, everyone is cloaked and shadowed.
I'm quite a
She kind
fan.
of glances over at him.
And then Sam will go ahead and drop the cloak of shadows.
Victor just like rolls his shoulders, like rolling off the feeling off of him.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it?
No, not for me. I don't know how my dear protege feels of it. However,
Sam looks over at Valerie.
She looks like she's still trying to take it all in.
let's give it a few seconds.
Sorry, connection's going crazy. Nothing I can do about that. No, I cannot hear you.
If you're speaking right now, I can't hear you.
About now.
Nope.
Think the
Can you hear
connection's
me
gonna be.
now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yep,
can hear
just
you
barely, but I
now.
can hear you now.
But I'm singing now as loud as I know how. Loud enough.
We can hear you
Obviously
fine.
not, but Valerie looks like she's trying to take it all in. And then after 3 long seconds, she looks to Sam and you can see the determination in her eyes.
Oh boy.
I take it this is an ability you want to learn?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I or Eve or possibly another could certainly teach you. Granted, an exchange may have to happen depending upon who you ask, but
There it is.
at least that's usually how I do it.
That is how most of your clan does it.
Yeah. I mean, usually I do one gift for one gift. Like, let's
Yes,
say,
that seems to be how.
yeah, like if a kid comes to me and offers to teach me aspects, I'll often teach them something I have that they don't. That was actually how I learned aspects.
Hmm.
And what might I have that you don't?
Out of curiosity, which disciplines you have?
Um,
Besides obtenebration, because you probably won't teach that to me.
Yeah, that's a big
Uh,
no-no. You would have known. I was like, don't teach that shit
Yeah.
to anybody.
Yeah, that is strictly forbidden. You do not teach super clan specific disciplines without them owing you like a blood
Yeah.
boon.
Yeah. Which is also one of the reasons
Unless
why you
it's
haven't learned
Tremere and
visiting.
Thaumaturgy, and then it's, you
Quill
don't teach
paste.
them unless they have a life boon
Yeah.
over you.
Mm.
And even then, they sign a blood contract.
I'm afraid I don't think I have anything that you will
Well,
want, nor
how about
anything
this?
I could teach.
Consider me teaching it to you a gift.
Yeah. He kind of
Not all elders deal in trade. Some of us have been around long enough that we don't need to.
He nods. Looks at Valerie. He's like, "That's a pretty good deal you got right there."
A very good deal.
It
You should thank
certainly
her.
is. I could have asked. Just, she looks to Victor as to ask if this is all right.
You should thank her and make your choice. I will not stop you from learning.
She very quickly turns to Eve and takes out her hand up as if to take her hand.
Eve will extend her hand.
Valerie bends to a knee and then kisses the back of her hand and looks up. I would be honored if you would teach me.
Get up off your knees, dear.
Victor looks very uncomfortable when you
She
go down on
grins
your
and
knees.
gets
Like,
up.
like, what are you doing?
Everything very theatrically just because.
Eve, I think you have just made this woman's day, so to speak. Or night in this
Dang.
case.
I'm quite sure
She's
you've
grinning
made her
now.
month.
She like turns half face to Victor and then winks.
Yes, you're very charming.
Month? Century.
You haven't had your century done yet, dear. A lot can happen.
Oh, we never get to go out, Victor. This is such a nice gift. Thank you.
Ouch.
What are you offering to teach now, Eve? This man kind of approaches and wraps his arm around Eve.
The
Brennan.
humans are nice, but they are just nothing compared to other humans.
He kind of kisses her on the cheek.
Sam
Others
looks over at
teaching
Brennan.
grammar usually is hit there.
Another wave and then check next to me.
You cut out there, hon.
I stopped myself from talking. I was gonna say something, but then I was like, nope, he should not be saying this in front of people. Well, enjoy it while it lasts, dear.
There we go.
Oh, I certainly am. Drinks! We haven't gotten drinks. I heard there were drinks.
Sam just kind of looks over at Brandon and he's like, obfuscation.
Well, of course she is. You know I like to teach.
And he's a student who likes to learn.
By the way, this man is about 6'3", whereas Eve is all of 4'11". She is very tiny.
Hey, I'm taller than him, so I'm good. I'm a big ass man.
Doubt you have more potence, though.
No. I do not.
Because that is a 6th-generation Bruja.
But your boy also isn't trying to have a lot of potions. Your boy just appreciates the fact that he's taller than most people. He knows he's not necessarily stronger than most people. And looks could
You'll
be
have
very
to
deceiving.
you'll have to meet Castiel because he's probably taller than you. Because he has huge size.
Ah, well, yeah, probably then. I don't.
Brandon, I haven't seen you around here in a bit. Been busy?
A little bit. Been dealing with this little hellion. She kind of sticks her tongue out at him. This is a slightly less demure Eve than has been on display for the last little bit. She is very kind of childish around him.
Sam kind of looks over at Victor and he's like, oh boy, here it goes. Watching these two fight is like watching a king cobra fight another king cobra.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, nature must does as nature must.
We're not that bad. Besides, I'm not fighting with her.
Sam kind of gives a little chuckle. He says, no, oh, and Brandon,
Mm.
I don't know how you are for one of such things, but I think you heard about the post of the competition that's going on. Although I figured if you participated in the fist fight and the wrestling ones, I think everyone would just quit the moment you signed up.
Yeah, you said we're not allowed to use our disciplines, right?
Nope, it's all down to skill.
He still probably has more dice than half
Yep.
of the other people, so yeah.
We have
Strength 7.
Yeah.
me and
fuck
Jason,
off.
me and Jason, and a few allies talked about it. We decided that it's best for the kindred this time to truly test our mettle, so to speak, and see just how good we are without the advantage we typically have.
I can understand that.
Not to mention, apparently the reward is going to be quite good. I don't know a whole lot about it, but
Though you're offering it to me, she should be the one you're talking to.
it's easy talking about Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
There was a archery section,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You've probably never seen this one shoot a bow.
I don't believe I have. Is she good?
Good doesn't begin to cover it.
Dang.
She blushes a little bit at that, because blush of health for the win.
Well, Eve just becomes more of a. Eve just gets more amazing by the day. By the night, I should say.
I appreciate it.
Well, yes, you are welcome to compete. Everyone is welcome. Although me and Jason are a little bit concerned, as have a few others expressed a little bit of concern with the fact that anyone and anything is allowed. So, I mean, hoping nobody flips their lids, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, with exception of the obvious, there are us kindred, and, well, I don't know how much you know, but we kindred do share the night with other beings.
Uh,
I've read of some.
You just see
Some
Victor
more
kind of like
strange
a
and
big
odd than
smirk
the
and then
others.
just like turn off and like, this was a fun conversation. We've gone over the basics.
Right.
Mostly being don't piss off anything that smells like wet dog.
Oh yes, that one.
If you tell them they smell like wet dog, you're gonna piss them off.
Well, that's why I told her before we went it out anywhere.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do to the lupines. Yeah, there will probably be lupines there, at least few, not many. And
I
let's
don't
see.
know if
Well, we might as
Alexi
well.
will be there.
I'm assuming there will be procedures in place to make sure everybody is safe.
Oh yes, believe me, the judges are a select group of everyone, each from each sect, no less. And Jason himself will also be helping to monitor.
He didn't mean sect.
Yeah,
not
like
sect,
what?
What would you call vampires, werewolves, and mages? Splats. We'll just say splats. That's not what he says in person, but he'll use a better word to describe them. He says varying things might be there.
Supernaturals.
Yeah, supernaturals.
Communities.
Lupines. I always have trouble with the names. I believe they call themselves magi. Possibly some fae. For those of you who do not know.
Valerie opens her mouth up as to say something, then looks to Victor and then snaps it closed and just looks back to you.
Sam raises an eyebrow.
I have not gone into the specifics as much as anything that seems weird. Keep an eye on.
All things of the night have their secrets. It's how a lot of us stay alive. But I at least know the bare surface facts. Lupines are, I think you know what lupines are. The fae
I believe the
are...
mortals call them werewolves.
Yeah, werewolves. Although the media does not do them any credit, they're actually far more terrifying in person.
They're not big dogs.
They can be.
They're very
yes,
big dogs.
but they're not Twilight big. Oh right, that hasn't come out yet.
Time paradox.
They're not, what's that thing called?
He's like, well, here, let's. I can use some media and literature reference.
They're not Pomeranians.
As for the Magi, you ever seen the movie Harry Potter?
The Harry Potter films have not come out.
Oh, really?
The books are out.
Right. Have you ever read the book Harry Potter?
The first book is out, but
yeah.
You read that book Harry Potter? Yeah, that's kind of what the Magi are, except
2000.
Except less Hogwarts and more Weird.
except less wand waving and more. What the hell is that?
Yes.
And Sam kind of goes in. He's like, well, and then there's the Fae. You ever read the old tales of like Brothers Grimm and all those old fairy tale books?
Dungeons and Dragons, if this helps at all.
Kinda, yeah. Although a lot of the work is muddled and not quite accurate. But elves, leprechauns, although I don't think they call themselves elves. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to Fae politics. Leprechauns, etc., etc. You get the idea. Like I said, don't know much about them.
If they're in fairy tale or movies, chances are they're real.
Oh yes.
Valerie's like nodding along. Victor, you would know, because she would have spoken about this, and because of her library, you would know that she had already been studying a lot. And whenever
Yeah.
you wouldn't give her an answer, she would somehow get her hands in a book somewhere that would have the answers.
Yeah.
Or
But he's
mostly
also
some.
not gonna let that slip to the rest of them, which is why he's allowing it.
He kind of Sam eventually kind of after he's done explaining things, he looks at everyone. He says, "But at least the people that I know personally, and that Jason knows personally, will be there. Will certainly be on their best behavior.
As I
There will
said, I
be.
don't think Alexi will be coming.
Why is that? Is he? He
I
got something going?
I don't know if you've tried to go to the White Wolf over the last couple of days, but he closed up shop. Something's happened.
Fuck. Damn. Well, shoot, that's a good place to hang, and he was a good guy to talk with. You got any news at all? What happened?
Other than trying to call him and getting no answer, I've got nothing for you.
Dang it. I've already got my hands full with the Savat issues. Well, best of luck to him. Hope everything gets okay. Damn it.
Sorry,
The
I don't mean
Sabat?
to pry, but the bat issues?
Yeah, we've been dealing with quite a bit of Sabat recently, and I reported to my site my
Primogen is the word you're looking for.
brain fart. Primogen. I reported to my Primogen. I reported to the others, and I also reported to the prince as well. Uh, yeah, we may have found a very, very large amount of Sabat in the city.
Well, this was Sabat City until recently.
Indeed, it was, but there was a lot more than we thought there were.
Well, they like to scurry into the deep dark
Brandon
corners.
kinda cracks his knuckles a little bit. Good.
How much
Point me in a
light
direction.
is in this place?
Say
How lit
again.
up how lit up is this place?
The lights are kind of dim. It's very. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I have a picture.
Of tenebration.
Oh, we're talking like as soon as you mentioned about, you see Victor slowly wrapping the chain further around his wrist, around his like hand. Like, I know she might go off the handle, so I'm just gonna shorten this leash. But he's not saying
Valerie stopped smiling.
he's not like literally saying any of that. It's just like
There you go.
mhm.
If you look at my overlay on the screen, that is the current lighting situation.
I
It's
don't
not.
know if you'd need to roll anything for that, but you see the shadows of Valerie and Victor that's like merged together, and you see it sway unnaturally when they're not moving, just for a second, and then still.
Yeah, with
Basically,
Eve's aspects level, she'd pick it up pretty easily.
yeah, that makes it looks very serious now. Like before, he was like maybe not like big smiling, but he's like smirking every once in a while. You know, pretty easygoing. It's like very serious looks now.
And where did you say the Sabat presence was?
They've
Valerie.
holed
And
up
she
in
flashes
Lake
a
Nona.
smile.
Like Nona.
That's probably incredibly fake. Sorry, what did you say?
They've holed up near
La-
Lake Nona, just outside the city proper.
Interesting.
Valerie, listen to me.
Yes, Victor, darling?
I know you. And you will
Are
not
you
do
sure we wish to have this conversation right here, Victor?
You will not do anything stupid. That is all I will say.
Sam
now.
just starts to, in a rather comical display. He doesn't do anything threatening or off, but as Sam is standing behind the bar now, he just slowly starts to like almost like he's on an elevator going down, and just like starts to kind of just go behind the bar and just disappears. And he's
No.
like, he's like, before he does though, he says, always remember two things with us, kindred. There are two major lessons you must learn. One, never let your enemies see you bleed. And the second, always have an escape plan. He just does the elevator thing and goes down behind the bar.
This is not against you.
Valerie points to him, looks to Victor, looks to you like, I like that one.
You just hear from behind the bar. Thank you.
He's humorous.
She like takes a step to walk towards the bar, feel the chain around her neck tight, and nope, stops, takes a step back.
Victor, you're adept at vicissitude, yes? You could change someone's face.
I can. It is not an issue.
He's really good at it too.
Thank you.
Like, and she needs slow, real good.
I would
And
give
smiles.
you a major boon if you would do something for me. But it needs to be discreet. Kept quiet.
You hear Sam's voice from behind the bar. Should I leave the room for this?
I don't know. Should he?
Hmm.
I mean, hey, if you guys want me out of here, I'm out of here. No worries.
I would go into
If
the
it's discreetly, perhaps he can help. He seems very discreet.
Oh, I can be very.
You want him to hold my tools? No offense, but
Oh no, I imagine when she says discreet. As well, I will make no
It
assumptions
needs to be
actually,
kept
considering
quiet.
I can certainly keep it quiet. Whenever someone is talking about secrets, I always offer to leave. You never know.
smart man.
So
how
how about it,
foolish.
Eve? Do you want me in the room or out?
Quite alright, you can stay.
All right.
Would I have a fledgling who has angered the wrong people?
Ah. If
Brandon
you
kind of
Valerie
looks to
smiles.
her.
You can't see Sam's face behind the bar, but his face is going to be like because Jason told him about this.
Yeah, because Jason was there for that.
Right there.
How about I put her or him, I'm going to assume, in the
Her.
books. I'll put them in the books, and they are free to arrive. Just let the assistant know they're there when they show up in a night or two.
Good. I need her completely changed. I can arrange for new documentation and ID,
I'm assuming
but
I'm assuming you want her, if not lifelike, then human looking.
Yes, please.
We all know what my clan tends to do, so I figure it eases people that I ask.
She's an attractive young thing, and I'd hate to see her face ruined, but I fear that if what has been intended for her happens, it will not end well for her.
Well, barring her not showing up, I'd say we have a deal.
Good.
I'm always willing to take in clients who are willing to pay the price. Of course, inform her that, pain, blood, etc., etc. All those things that come with it. I assume you have a basic idea.
I've seen it used. I'm well aware of just how nasty it can be.
I've been told it's quite unpleasant.
There's no denying the results, though.
Indeed, there's. Indeed, there isn't. It just looks at Mallory like, yeah.
She likes twirling a lock of her hair, smiling. Knocking on wood and all, this has been. She's looking at Victor. A good night.
It has been a lot more. What's the word I need?
Prosperous?
Yes, sure. A lot more prosperous than I assumed this would go when we got the invite.
Well, I'm certainly glad you both came. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
One thing. I know some kindred don't use them, but do you have a phone?
I do. It's useful at times.
I'm usually the one who sets up the arrangements. I could give you my number.
Perfect.
Valerie takes out her phone and gives her
Keep
her
in
number.
mind, this is the year 2000.
Yeah, it's like a flip phone.
These are,
Plumply
fucking bricks.
They are weapons.
These are
What?
the old school Nokia
Nokia.
bricks.
Yeah.
Although, ironically, the one that I had a really nice O model, and that thing was real easy to text with.
Eve will put her number in.
Valerie has a very, very brightly pink Nokia phone brick that clashes with everything else. Her entire goth demeanor, and then it's a very brick pink phone.
Quite the interesting dichotomy.
When it's this ugly, I tend to not lose it.
Can't miss it.
Absolutely not.
I swear those things could be used as a weapon.
If you throw them hard enough, anything can.
I mean, I accidentally stomped on mine a couple of weeks ago and it still works just fine.
Maybe
How
we
do
should
you
try that
accidentally
out.
stomp on? Nope, never mind. Nope.
I was
I'm willing to give it a
hitting
try.
something
If it
else.
keeps you off it for a few hours.
Bruja.
I was hitting something else and it kind of got in the way. I'm a Bruja. I've got a temper, what can I say?
Part of the reason I'm hiding behind the bar. Not much good it does.
If I wanted to, that bar wouldn't be there. But I wouldn't do that to Lady Adelaide. That's just rude.
Well, speaking from personal experience, Tempest can
Adelaide has
run
some good
high.
vintage wine down here.
Tempest can run high for any clan.
Stay out of my wines, Samuel.
I would never think of drinking your wines, but I did not know you had this good of a stock. Perhaps I'll owe you some boons for some sips.
I am an elder of Clan Toreador. What do you expect?
He just kind of, from behind the bar, Sam just kind of looks to her and does a very silent clap with his hands.
No, get out from behind
Okay.
my bar.
He does a very graceful flip kind of back on the bar, like when he goes out by the like when the bartender enters or exits in that side area. He just kind of rolls backwards and just does a real nice flip out and doesn't hit anything. Sticks the
Thank
landing.
you.
He bows.
By the way, there are mirrors around this room, but Adelaide casts no reflection. One would think she was a La Sombra.
Neither does Valerie.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
If
your
anyone-
clan flaw.
That out loud yet, but yeah.
If anyone had
Hmm.
kept a look on it, you'd notice that the only time Victor blinked during this
Mhm.
entire conversation was when he did it very deliberately over something Valerie did.
Do, 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 do.
She kind of glances over at the mirrors. La Sombra. She kind of looks over at Valerie.
Well, she has you pegged. No, doesn't she?
Well, I cast no reflection either, but...
Does she look to me and say it?
Oh yeah, she looks to
I
Valerie and says it.
guess that would be the clan.
Yes, I seem to have inherited that particular flaw.
And yet, I must say, Adelaide, even without a mirror, you always get your hair absolutely perfect.
That is because I have makeup artists, dear.
Ah, I was wondering.
Still, without a mirror, it is difficult. I have to give props to that.
I don't do it myself.
That's where the makeup artists come in. They can see her even if she can't see herself.
Yeah, and well, even then, it'd still be tough for them because they'd have to do it, from Viz sight. Not that if she gets real fancy and starts doing really elaborate stuff, especially with the back of her hair.
I have never, as a makeup artist doing someone else's makeup, I have never used a mirror on them except to show them.
You don't use mirrors as a fellow makeup artist. You don't use mirrors when you're working on people.
Exactly. I am a makeup artist.
Really saying
I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, what I'm saying is right there again. Yeah, when you show them, how's she going to know her hair is how she wants it? Unless she sees through the eyes of the people she dominates.
Don't do it the way she wants it. She's gonna kill them.
I mean,
because she had the makeup and hair artist she uses is a ghoul of hers.
All right.
Who has been her ghoul basically since she was a neonate.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said it was difficult, is because normally when a person goes and you're done, show them how it is. Kind of hard to see yourself without a mirror. But if you've got a ghoul or someone you could even see through the eyes, or someone who you trust very, very deeply, yeah.
That and she has Auspex 6. She can just,
We'll leave the body for a second. I'll take a look. Yeah,
leave
there
her
we go.
body and, take a look at herself. Because astral projection.
If I looked at it, I'd never do anything else. I mean,
It can be arranged. He's just smirking because Valerie's been very much all over the place about people's looks today.
But yes, I have a ghoul that does it for me. He's been with me since... Oh, heavens. I'm 600 and something now, so... About that.
That explains it.
That's a long living ghoul.
Yes, they'll live as long as you keep feeding them.
Well, I meant more in the
Sam
way
looks
that
a
you
bit
kept them
pained
on
at
for
that.
that long.
I'm as close to my ghouls as I am any of my childer.
I meant no offense.
Sam gets the really pained look on his face, and he bows to Adelaide, and then he bows to Eve, and gives a not a full bow, but he gives like the typical martial art kind of look to Brandon, and then he bows to Valerie and Victor, and he says, "Thank you all for a lovely night. Adelaide, I have checked the perimeter. I didn't see anything. Someone with more skill perhaps might see something, but as far as I know, there's nothing out there. Um,
We have
I
also
have
increased our defenses.
indeed, and it's very well defended. I I need to go do something. May I please be excused from duties tonight?"
Of course.
He'll bow, and Sam will depart. And for those of you, when he opens the door, and you see him walk out a little ways, you swear you could hear something flying around in the night out there, but not quite sure.
And if no one else has anything, we can probably end our scene there.
Yeah.
yeah, Valerie and Victor need to make a stop before they head home, but otherwise, yeah. Not a scene stop, just a stop.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. See you next time.